G'day guys, Scott from RV Solutions. I'm just going to take you for a quick little walkthrough of our Pro RV Panda. So this is a 21'6" caravan, built on rock and roller suspension with a 3-inch lift and slightly bigger rims and tyres. Classed as a semi-off-road, okay for gravel and corrugated roads. A little bit of off-road work, but sort of fairly minor, and you want to drive to conditions very carefully with something like that. So station work, so Ningaloo station, that sort of place, fine for all of that. Blowholes, clobber, all that sort of coastal sort of area where it's a little bit corrugated and a few little dips and the washouts, it's fine for that sort of use, but you do have to drive to the conditions. So this is a 21'6" caravan, designed for 2 people. It's made of an aluminium frame. It's got honeycomb floor and lightweight furniture. So even though it's a decent sized van, which most people don't really want to go to that size van because they're worried about the weight, this one only weighs 2,280 kilos, so it's very light. This is lighter than some 18'6" caravans. So it means you can have the layout you like with everything in it and still not worry about the towing weight. So jump inside, I'll show you through. So this particular one has been optioned with the larger fridge, so it's a 220 litre Dometic Fridge. Particularly good if you drink as much as I do. You've got loads of room for beers, especially in the shelves as well. Next to that, you've got a full height pantry with pull-outs. So when you're on those longer trips and you find food that you really like, or you go to places there, say you go and Gibraltar Road, or you go to areas where there just isn't much available, it's super handy being able to store your food, and especially in that sort of way where it doesn't all get crushed and mangled together, especially when you're doing some corrugated roads. In the kitchen, you've got a really nice bank of drawers here, full oven as well. A lot of people don't option the full oven, and we often don't as well. What's good about a full oven is when you're doing a long trip. My first trip around Australia is quite a while ago now, and I literally lived off had a pot and a pan, and that was it. After about 7 months, you run out of things to cook in those sometimes, and just having an oven is pretty handy. Especially if you're like us, we travel with kids a lot. If you want to do a really nice cheap meal and you're doing a long-term trip on a cheap, you can do a roast and that can last you 4 or 5 days. You know what I mean? You can do that when you've got an oven. There's lots of meals that you can do with an oven you can't do with others. Being 21'6", you've got quite a lot of bench space. You've got heaps of cupboards, another bank of drawers. You've got, again, recessed bench top here as well, or recessed stove, sorry. Just makes use of every inch of the space. Having a van this big doesn't mean you need to fill every cupboard, but what it means is you can fit just as much stuff on an 18'6", or 17 foot or a 19 foot, but every single cupboard in a smaller van and a longer trip is full. When you've got a van this size and you've got the extra cupboards, it means that everything's not stacked on top of everything. So when you want to get something out, you don't have to pull everything else out to get to it. So it is nice to be actually spread out your stuff. It doesn't mean you have to fill every single cupboard, although some people will. It also means in this size, you get a really decent sized lounge room. Now, I know most people 90% of the time sit outside when the weather's great, but sometimes you just can't. Same as cooking outside. I mostly cook outside, but there's quite a few times where you can't be bothered setting up outside, it's overnight, it's really early and it's really cold outside, or it's raining. Or there's just too many flies. There's plenty of times where you'll still cook inside, and there's plenty of times where you'll still sit inside. When you're doing longer trips, say 8, 9, 10, 12 months on the road, sometimes it's nice just to be out of the weather in general. Even if it is nice outside, it's nice just to sit in the aircon, watch a bit of TV, and just do whatever it is that you want to do. It's nice to have the option. Having a comfortable lounge like this as well, that means that it is comfortable to sit inside. So you don't just have chairs, you've got something that's comfortable. You can both put your feet up and both watch the telly. Again, coming back to the size as well, you've got heaps of room around the bed. You're not shuffling past. So in a smaller van, when you shrink this van down to sort of 19'6" mark, everything gets a little bit tighter. It's nice to have a lot of room around the bed. Also means you get the extra cupboards around the bedroom area as well. They're not huge, but that's all of your socks and jocks and underwear. That's extra everything if you like. Every little bit of storage counts, so when you adds up, and say another will come down there too, you've still got plenty of storage under your bed in this one as well. So you still have quite a lot of room here for bigger things, tables and chairs, anything that won't fit in your tunnel boot. You can see that your tunnel boot also goes to that front section there as well. Coming through the bathroom area, again a bigger van means the bathroom isn't squashed either. Washing machine, sink, shower. Pretty straightforward and pretty standard to be fair. It just means that nothing is really squashed in. You've got lots and lots of room. Same as even on the toilet. This one's got the swivel round bowl so you can turn around and talk to your mates. It just means that if you're sitting on it, you've got plenty of room. And look, a cupboard for the toilet paper in case you run out. Good luck guys, happy travelling.